Jake Paul, a name once synonymous with viral pranks and controversial vlogs, now sends shockwaves through the world of boxing. How did this social media sensation go from internet fame to standing toe-to-toe with some of the most formidable names in combat sports? Today, we'll uncover how Jake Paul transitioned from a digital star to a multi-million-dollar boxer, and explore his journey through the ring, his biggest victories, and the controversial fights that have defined his career. It's hard to believe that Jake Paul's boxing career began on a completely different stage, YouTube. Alongside his brother Logan Paul, Jake quickly became one of the most recognizable influencers on platforms like Vine and YouTube, gaining millions of followers through a mix of outrageous pranks, high-energy stunts, and daily vlogs. His name skyrocketed to mainstream audiences with his role on Disney Channel's Bizarre. But Jake was never content with just being a social media celebrity. He wanted something more, something that would push him beyond the world of pranks and internet stardom. In 2018, Jake's life took a sharp turn when he participated in an amateur boxing match against Deji Olatunji, the younger brother of YouTuber KSI. The match was on the undercard of the KSI vs. Logan Paul fight, and while it was intended to be a fun, entertaining spectacle, Jake's win by TKO planted the seeds of a serious passion for boxing. This victory led Jake to fully commit to the sport, seeing it as more than just a hobby or a fleeting pursuit. Jake Paul's professional debut came in January 2020 when he stepped into the ring against another YouTuber, AnEsonGib. This fight was significant because it marked Jake's first attempt at a serious boxing career. Despite doubts from the boxing community, Jake dominated the fight and secured a first-round TKO. While the victory was impressive, critics were quick to dismiss it, pointing out that Jake had yet to face a true challenge. That challenge seemed to arrive in November 2020 when Jake took on Nate Robinson, a former NBA star. The fight quickly became one of the most talked about moments in sports, not necessarily because of the quality of the bout, but because of what happened in the second round. Jake delivered a thunderous knockout punch that sent Robinson crashing face first to the canvas. The internet exploded with memes and reactions, turning the knockout into a viral moment. However, the fight also reignited the debate over Jake's legitimacy as a boxer. Critics argued that Robinson had no real boxing experience and that Jake was simply picking opponents he knew he could defeat. Despite the backlash, Jake's performance against Robinson proved one thing: he had power. The knockout, combined with Jake's brash personality and ability to sell a fight, propelled him further into the boxing spotlight. People were starting to take notice, whether they liked it or not. Jake's next major test came in April 2021 when he fought Askren, a former UFC fighter and Olympic wrestler. This fight was seen as a major step up in competition for Jake. Askren, while known more for his grappling than his striking, was a seasoned athlete with years of combat sports experience. For many, this fight was the moment when Jake would either prove himself as a legitimate boxer or be exposed as a fraud. What happened next only fueled the controversy surrounding Jake's career. The fight ended in the first round, with Jake knocking Askren out in just over a minute. The reaction was immediate and intense. Some praised Jake for his power and precision, while others pointed out that Askren had never been a strong striker in MMA, let alone boxing. Once again, Jake had won, but the legitimacy of his victories was still being questioned. Jake's most significant test, however, came in August 2021 when he fought Tyron Woodley, a former UFC welterweight champion known for his knockout power. This was the fight that would push Jake to his limits. Unlike his previous opponents, Woodley was a dangerous striker with the ability to end fights with a single punch. The fight was close, but Jake managed to secure a split decision victory, showcasing his stamina and resilience. The rematch, held in December 2021, delivered one of the most talked about knockouts in recent boxing history. In the sixth round, Jake landed a devastating right hand that knocked Woodley out cold, sending shockwaves through the boxing world. This victory was crucial for Jake's career, as it proved he could handle the pressure and deliver a knockout blow against a dangerous opponent. While Jake Paul has found success in the ring, his career has been shrouded in controversy. Critics have been quick to point out that many of his opponents, like Ben Askren and Nate Robinson, either had little boxing experience or were past their athletic prime. Even his victories over Tyron Woodley were seen by some as opportunistic, given Woodley's age and transition out of MMA. However, Jake has never backed down from the criticism. In numerous interviews and press conferences, he has stated that he is fully committed to the sport and trains like a professional. Clips of him sparring with world-class fighters and working under top trainers have shown that Jake is putting in the effort to become a serious contender. He doesn't just talk the talk, he's walking the walk, whether the critics want to admit it or not. Jake Paul's fight against Anderson Silva in October 2022 was a career-defining moment. Silva, an MMA legend known for his striking ability, represented a different challenge for Jake. Unlike previous opponents, Silva had real professional boxing experience and was regarded as one of the most skilled fighters in combat sports history. Despite being 47 years old, Silva's technique and experience made him a formidable opponent. Jake managed to win the fight by unanimous decision, a victory that marked a significant turning point in his career. While some still pointed to Silva's age as a factor, Jake's performance showed that he could compete against skilled fighters with a background in striking. This win gave Jake credibility in the eyes of many and helped shift the narrative from YouTuber turned boxer to legitimate contender. After his victory over Silva, Jake faced his biggest test yet, a fight against Tommy Fury, the younger brother of heavyweight champion Tyson Fury. Unlike Jake's previous opponents, Tommy Fury was a legitimate boxer with a professional record. This was the fight Jake's critics had been waiting for, a showdown with someone who had dedicated their life to the sport. In February 2023, Jake and Tommy faced off in a competitive bout that went the distance. In the end, Tommy Fury won by split decision, handing Jake his first professional loss. But this loss didn't spell the end of Jake's career. It was simply a stepping stone. Jake had proven that he could hold his own against a true boxer, and the fight showcased his improvements in technique and strategy. Following his loss to Tommy Fury, Jake returned to the ring in August 2023 to face Nate Diaz, a UFC icon known for his toughness and striking skills. This fight was another step forward for Jake, as he controlled most of the action over 10 rounds and secured a unanimous decision victory. This win was critical for Jake's career, showing that he could rebound from a loss and continue to evolve as a boxer. While Diaz was primarily an MMA fighter, his reputation as a gritty and durable competitor made the victory even more significant for Jake. As Jake Paul continues to rise in the world of boxing, all eyes are now on his potential fight with Mike Tyson, one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time. Tyson, despite being well past his prime, remains a powerful figure in the sport. For Jake, a win over Tyson would elevate his career to unprecedented heights, while a loss would likely be seen as expected, but still a major event. This fight, if it happens, will be a spectacle that captures the attention of fans from all over the world. It's not just a boxing match, it's a clash of eras and legacies. And for Jake, it's the ultimate test of his skill and determination. One aspect of Jake Paul's career that cannot be overlooked is his ability to generate massive pay-per-view numbers and rake in millions. Thanks to his enormous social media following and his polarizing personality, Jake has become one of the highest-paid athletes in boxing. His fights draw in not only boxing fans, but also casual viewers from his YouTube days, making him a marketing powerhouse. Beyond the boxing ring, Jake has also capitalized on his newfound fame through Most Valuable Promotions, his own boxing promotion company. Jake's involvement in the business side of boxing shows his foresight and ambition to build an empire beyond his time in the ring. He's not just fighting for money, he's building a brand that could last well after he hangs up the gloves. Through his promotional company, Jake is helping to bring attention to other fighters, changing the way boxing promotion is done, especially in the digital age. This has made Jake more than just a fighter. He's become a business mogul, following in the footsteps of fighters like Floyd Mayweather, who master the art of self-promotion and financial success. From a controversial YouTuber to a boxer who regularly headlines major events, Jake Paul's journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. He's not just capitalized on fame, he's redefined what it means to be an athlete in the age of social media. Jake has made his mark on the sport in a way few could have imagined, and his story is still being written. His rise to boxing stardom has not been without its share of criticism, controversy, and doubt, but Jake has continuously silenced his detractors with each victory. From his early fights against AnEsonGib and Nate Robinson to his more legitimate wins over Askren and Tyron Woodley and Anderson Silva, Jake has shown that he's more than just a sideshow. Now, as he eyes a potential fight with Mike Tyson, the question remains: can Jake Paul continue his meteoric rise and cement himself as a true legend in the sport? Will he redefine the boundaries of boxing? Or will Tyson prove that some legends can't be toppled, even by the new wave of fighters? Either way, Jake Paul's journey has already changed the way we think about modern combat sports. As Jake continues to push the boundaries of boxing, there's no denying that he has had a profound impact on the sport, both in terms of audience engagements and financial growth. Love him or hate him, Jake Paul is here to stay, and his rise from YouTube to the boxing world is far from over. So, what's your take? Will Jake Paul continue his dominance, or will a legend like Mike Tyson finally bring his run to an end? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth sports stories.